players taking the first of probably one drinks break here in the pursuit of 131 for the Black Caps. Martin Guptill getting things away to a rollicking start, 38 from 19 he made. Well, he's a good form after a very, very good return to form in the T20s. And one thing I like about Martin Guptill when he's in form is he just lets himself bat. He knows he's hitting it well, he knows he's seen it well. And he just rides that momentum. Just a lovely timer of the cricket ball when he's in good form. It was just a sort of a catch-up pickup that went out of the ground. It's Tuscan Ahmed that got rid of him. Martin Guptill not so sure, but it was just a fine little edge that went through. Tuscan been the standout for me, 4 overs, 1 for 23. Gone for a touch under sixes, but he's troubled the batsman with some good, disciplined, aggressive bowling, which is what's required. He'll need to do that as this tour goes on. So 33 more runs to win. Potentially no hurry at all.
Now hoping we don't see a .97 of a run at any point. It would be a wicket. Hoping for the Black Caps' sake.
Well, a great opportunity to occupy the crease, get some batting practice.
Got a feel for Will Young debut. Test debut disrupted by tragedy. Really remind if
আমাদের কমিটিতে নিতে হবে কি বলেছে
protection out at square leg.
কে কারে শুনছে
Deep cover. Mid on Henry Nicol. Mahidi Hassan.
সবকবে এর আগে কোথা থেকে নিলেন
Impressive.
কোন পেন ড্রাইভে ওটাতে নাই
Shafika, very, very experienced keeper. Had a couple of tricky ones today. A couple of bangs on the finger that always seem to get aggravated when the throws come in. All controlled effort so far, particularly by these two left-handers. And of course Martin Guptill, when he came and blazed away at the start, as we just saw.
ভালো এটা হ্যাঁ এই লেন্থে এর জন্য ভালো ও পিছে থাকে খালি সবাই মিস বল করে
The last boundary for Bangladesh, 10th over, 7 overs ago.
Oh, nah. What would the skipper say of that? He was saying, nah, as it was heading out there. He might just say it a bit more angrily now. 105 for 1.
50 partnership up for...
পরিবেশটা সুন্দর না শুধু আমার খেলাটা ছিড়ছে এই যে এখানে আকাশ কি শুধু তোমার ঢাকার আকাশ সবার বাংলাদেশের যে কোনো জায়গায় একই কোয়ালিটির ঝকঝকে ছবি আকাশ স্ট্যান্ডার্ডে মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়
Between these two and a more traditional one-day pace, you could say. It's given an opportunity to play off the back foot, which Nichols loves. When you're getting spanked, it never looks good, does it?
Mate, he's found a banana skin out there somewhere. Sun back into the attack. First couple overs, ones you'd probably rather forget. Total of 28 conceded in both of them. It's always in those games too where you just really, you've got no runs to play with. One of those shots happens on the boundary. In front of the crowd that are probably at 15 now. Territory here this morning, Mark. Past a lot of very impressive structures made out of vessels. Say, creations. Quick single there to Nichols. Some of the student flats, maybe future engineering people. Future's in good hands. If those are our bridge builders, there's some very impressive stuff going on.
City completely built out of beer glasses. I could live in one of them.
You never know what materials we're going to have left one day. Got to be able to pivot, you know. Work with what you've got. Yeah, that's a stock standard university flat probably. Keg, a couple of road cones, couch, probably will be incinerated at some point shortly. Good to see.
Of course, the New Zealand Healthy Home Standard has come in just recently, and I did see a story about it. The students are saying they don't care. It's almost a badge of honour to have the grottiest, worst flat down here. Oh, lovely shot down the ground, and he does beat mid-on. Mid-on should have tried to dive because the ball was always going to beat mid-on.
Yeah, must have Surveyor. He was running alongside it for pretty much that whole time. Felt it might have been an opportunity to put in the dive a little earlier, prevent this boundary, but it doesn't take away from the fact it was a quality shot from Devon Conway. Maybe he was appreciating that.
You never a great feeling when you do field in one of the gentleman's positions, which is mid-on and mid-off, and you decide to fall in behind and chase one because you think you might stop it, and you don't. Oh, nicely controlled and brilliantly timed as well. This time they do well out there on the square boundary.
It's a nice piece of fielding. It was a very nicely controlled shot by Devon Conway. Just kept it bat flat, just controlled it. Looked like he almost successfully dissected those two fielders there. Thanks, Mamadala does very well.
লাস্ট কোটা এখন এরপরে আবার করছে কি বলতে পারছি না তো ভাই না না ওই তোমার 25 এটাই হবে 25 2 25 2021 তিনটার সময় কারেক্ট করা হয়েছে
It's 113 for 1.
ঠিক এটা তিনটে ঠিক আছে বললি সব নিজে করছে ঠিক আছে তিনটার সময়
তোর কাছে রিয়ার নাম্বার আছে রিয়ার নাম্বার দিয়ে তুই কি করবি আকাশ কিনতে কম দুজনরে কিনাইতে পারলে আবার এক মাসের বিল ফ্রি কিন্তু দোস্ত আমি তো রিয়ার নাম্বার অনেক আগে মোবাইল থেকে ডিলিট করে দিছি
আমি কিন্তু
না তোমাকে আকাশের প্রতিটি রেফারেলে দুজনেই পাচ্ছেন মাসিক বিলে 50% ক্যাশব্যাক চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার
So no real comparison is there. New Zealand is the pink line. They got up very quickly above the Bangladesh red line and has continued to climb.
It's definitely a game of two worms, isn't it? New Zealand have been able to consolidate even though they're not chasing a huge total, nor have they been losing wickets. It's the upward trajectory of that pink worm. Conway watchful. You've got to say Bangladesh don't necessarily look like they're hunting a wicket either. A whole lot of pressure in attacking fielding positions.
Ball, Mehdi.
He's shown a different side to him here, Conway. He's grafted a little bit, hasn't he? He's 23 from 44. And perhaps that's the lack of necessity to have to get on with it. In the T20s, when he had to get on with it, he had no option, and we saw the class.
No, Mehdi.
Here he's been able to play within himself, and he's just been able to be a bit more workmanlike. Visually, it's not as startling. You don't go, this bloke is going to be one of the greats, but he's doing what's required.
Oh, brilliant.
He's someone who you often hear people talking about putting a high price on their wicket. Well, Devon Conway puts the price on it that he needs to put on it for the game. So if he has to take a risk, he'll do that. It'll be as calculated as you can get. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but usually pretty much does.
Oh, close. Nearly the inside edge onto the pad there, so a chance the end of the over, 114 for 1.
ও যাই কারণ তোর তো বেসিকটাই নাই আরে দোস্ত তোর মনের অবস্থা তো তোর বাসার টিভির মতোই ঝাপসা এই দেখ আকাশ বেসিক ভাবি এই জন্যই আসে এত ঝকঝকা আজকাই কিনুম
ঘরের বেসিক ঠিক রাখতে নিয়ে আসুন আকাশ বেসিক মাত্র ৩,৯৯৯ টাকায়। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
Now required. There is the next batsman in, Will Young.
Yeah, with 18 required. I don't know if you really want a bat, do you? Oh, cheeky one. Well run too. Saves houses. Yeah, it's almost like, what can you do? It's your debut. Yeah, it'd be nice to hit the winning runs, but 5 not out. Who remembers you hitting the winning runs? I reckon in these situations, you should be allowed to nominate or at least ask one of the bowlers if they want to go and have a bat.
You know they'll say yes. They'll all be up for that.
Well, Craig McMillan made the point that unless there's someone bowling 150k out there, then they all say no.
It's probably one of the biggest tests you could have as a debutant is exactly that. Come in 15-ish runs to get. You really don't want to get out because it's not the greatest debut, obviously, but then not much else to do. You just got to stay there.
That last ball shown, there's plenty in this surface the whole way through. Bangladesh will be so desperately disappointed they weren't able to get something over. 220 could have been competitive. Another one. He's not having all his own way out there, Conway. He's working hard. Every now and then, if you can get that delivery that pitches around about middle with some angle and a little bit of bounce, he does struggle. He's got a technique where he wants to feel the bat on the ball. So he does tend to go hard at those deliveries with the hands.
Hassan Mahmood may have found a couple of spots here that Devon Conway doesn't like too much.
Doesn't mind it full and wide though, does he? A nice, juicy half volley.
That is not the spot I was talking about, but yes, what a beautiful shot there. Yes, it's a big half volley, but Devon Conway just makes it look so very easy. Loads up, sees the width, just unleashes. Beautiful shot.
Just releases all that pressure. You know, you talk about pressure. There's no pressure in terms of what's required, but you struggle with a couple, you play and miss it a couple. There's the pressure of batting builds, and it all of a sudden, hang on, this is a little difficult. I might get out.
Of course, the other consideration for Will Young is what happens with selection if Ross Taylor's fit again. He might find himself missing out. So his debut jinxie woes continue.
So, would the selectors prefer he had a bad? What do they want? Oh, where did that come from? That's a shocker. That is an absolute shocker, and he's rather given his wicket away here, Devon Conway.
Yeah, he has. Unfortunately, he will be pretty infuriated with that. I suspect all the control and composure we've talked about probably just departed him there. You can see what he was trying to do. He lifted it, but just got too much of the inside edge of the bat on it. Spun in his hands. And a good catch taken in the outfield there from Mamadula, which sees the end of Devon Conway and the introduction of Will Young. But Devon Conway.
আরে
আকাশের ঠিকানায় বিলটাও দিও।
এটা কোনো ব্যাপার না ডার্লিং।
আপনার আকাশের বিল দিন যে কোনো মোবাইল ওয়ালেট অথবা ডেবিট বা ক্রেডিট কার্ডে 40টিরও বেশি এইচডি ও দেশি বিদেশি মোট 120টি চ্যানেল মাসে মাত্র 399 টাকা। চলে আসুন আকাশের ঝকঝকে টিভি দেখার নতুন দুনিয়ায়।
One debutant makes way for another. Will Young, the age of 28, strides to the middle in his first one-day international. 13 required off 180 balls.
What a good player Will Young is. Certainly has deserved his selection. Come off a very good domestic season, both in the 20 over and 50 over format. Very promising talent from Central Districts.
And he's away. Nicely controlled little run down.